How excited are you to get back in the lineup?
Too excited. Too excited. It feels great to be back and to set the tone on the offense.
When you've been back looking as opposed to being there and just kind of observing, what
Right.
did you learn about this offense?
I learned you just got to be patient. When coach calls plays, like they're gonna hit, you just got to trust it. Trust that everybody's gonna do their job, and we gonna execute that play.
What do you do when you're out of lineup to keep yourself strong mentally? Because it's the most frustrating thing in the world for an athlete not to be able to put the cleats on.
No doubt. I try to chat it up with my teammates around me. But most importantly, staying locked in. But you got to have that good atmosphere, if you will, to keep a great mindset in order to come back from an injury.
Anything you look at the Montreal team that you've already faced before, when you look at them, how do you think you're going to help the team to come up with a win?
Right. Getting out on the perimeter. That's my game, and I think we're going to stick with that, catching the ball outside as well, and just, like I told him, executing plays.
How tough is it to be out of the lineup when you've had kind of these spurts throughout the last few years where you're out of the lineup, back in, and all you want to do is play? How difficult is it mentally to get through that?
Man, it's not easy. It's all something that kind of comes with the game, and you understand that. But, man, as much as I can, I want to be out there on the field. I want to try to help, man. But, it's kind of good. I guess it's good for the leader in me. It's good to kind of get some other guys on the field and, for people to be able to get their feet wet and, kind of see what we got. But, at the same time, it just kind of eats up at me. And, over time, and, I try to kind of figure out what I can do off the field or, something different and change up something in my game to kind of help me stay on the field.
Coach Shivers, I was talking to him about the defense and how frustrating it must be because, especially in the Calgary and Hamilton games, it looked like everybody's in position, but they were getting the 50-50 balls, you guys weren't. How frustrating is it as a defender knowing you're doing the right things as a group, but they're still making the plays?
Yeah, I think that just goes down to some of our habits. We just kind of got to get used to, not letting receivers catch the ball and making plays on the ball. But, a lot of those things is, something that we could change up and fix it. Something that happened in the beginning of the play, not necessarily, just at the end of the play when they caught the ball. But, it's all a part of the game. Like I said, man, we got to roll with the punches, though. We just got to make sure some of those catches are not touchdowns.
So you've been here, Dinwiddie's been here, and there hasn't been this slump, right? You've 1-4. As a leader, do you find it more important that you've got to make sure guys are coming to work every day and keeping spirits up, or do you think that this room is veteran enough where they don't need that?
I think the culture around here that we have keeps everybody's spirits up. No one around here feels like a loser. No one around here has a loser mentality. None of us, like I said, feel 1-4. We just know we have to have some urgency and detailing and urgency and getting the job done, and urgency and just trying to be right, and things like that will follow. But none of us kind of feel like, we're a bad team and things like that. Just some things we got to clean up, and we understand that.
You still have your knee wrapped up a little bit. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. We right on time.
The coach was talking about the expectations that he has for you guys coming back, you and D-Money. What do you want to see in yourself when you hit the field on Thursday in Montreal from yourself?
I want to see myself fly around, make some plays, but ultimately in the game, on my own 2 feet, feeling good and ready to go into the next game.
How much fun are you having?
I'm having a lot of fun. It's good to be back over here. Just enjoying the air, enjoying the environment with my teammates.
What's the biggest thing you've learned coming back and playing on this side of the border again?
About the CFL game? Yeah. Really just how disciplined you got to be. I mean, it's 2-down football, so you got to be more more focused because, back down south it's 3 down, so you could go 3 down here. Like you can have it 2 and out and it's over. So the biggest thing I've learned is just stay composed and be focused.
Probably a little bit more run heavy on a wet game like this one's coming up. That plays to your long suit, I assume?
Yes, I'm very, very, very excited for that.
Why does that work for you? Aside from the obvious size advantage you're going to have, what is it about your game that makes you happy about bad weather?
Well, just because, at the end of the day, football is a physical sport. It comes down to man versus man, winning the line of scrimmage. So I really pride myself in that run game, and, I hope my teammates feel the same way because we get to impose our will and, play football, a physical game.
How happy is your family that their baby's home?
Oh, they're really, really happy. I went home a few times, and my siblings can't believe I'm back, so it's good.
How big is Thursday?
It's a big game. They all are, right? Each week, but obviously we're 1-4. The games get, bigger. Especially the Eastern team, right? Montreal's a few games up on us, so it's a big game.
When you're doing preparation and the weather forecast is iffy, how does that alter your week?
Well, we already got our stuff kind of already in as far as the plays we're going to run, right? And then now with the weather, as far as putting the call sheet together, you plan for rain, you might change your approach compared to it being a nice day, right? So, we can still find ways to throw the ball down the field, but at the same time, you got to play small ball, you got to establish the line of scrimmage, and then throw those low-level routes and, run after the catch.
After the week off, what are you most confident about seeing in this next part of the schedule?
Well, I think, our work ethic's been great, right? It's just that we haven't been executing that well. And, early in the season, you have some growing pains, too many for us right now. But I feel like we'll be executing a lot better on offense and defense, especially special teams, right? That was a big emphasis on us. We got to win the special teams matchup every week.
Any update on who is available? Wynton McManis?
Yeah, so Wynton and McMahon will be back. Yeah, or McMahon, I guess. So he'll be back, yeah.
Okay. What the expectations you have for both of them since they have been away for a few minutes now?
Yeah, I think just the communication on defense. Wynton's the leader of that defense, gets all those guys lined up, right? Communicates the calls and all those things. So getting him back, I think that's going to elevate the play of the other guys. We know who Wynton is. He always makes plays, right? So he's got a knack for finding the football. We need that this week. And, D-Money gives us that explosiveness, the shiftiness, even out of the backfield catching the ball that we haven't had for a few weeks.
Yeah. You talked about it already, about going to Montreal and facing them. It's a team you've already faced before. What do you want to see from your team in terms of getting closer to getting another win for you guys?
Yeah, as we said, we got to win the special teams, first, and then offense and defense. One team's not doing the best, defense struggling, but we got to get turnovers on defense, right? We give us some yards, we got to get turnovers. Same thing offense, we're not hitting, at certain times we just got to take care of the football, right, and not put the defense in a tough spot. So no pre-snap penalties, right? The penalties have been killing us. So we play a clean game, we play a physical, execute. I think we should have a great day.
And Coach, you are the pros, you don't panic. But what do you have to tell the fans who are looking at your record right now and say things don't look nice in the Argos field? What do you tell them that they don't have to panic about it?
Oh, I don't think there's anything you can tell the fans, right? I mean, obviously we have high expectations around this building, and just internally, right? And obviously the fans do as well. I'm sure they're not excited about us being 1-4, right, from what we've done in the past. But we're growing as a football club. We're putting our hard hat on and going to work and finding ways to get better.
Thank you, sir.